can help you, right?
Okay, thanks. Yeah, it's working. Just some seconds, and I'm gonna present, okay? Yeah, I think I get it.
You, right?
Yeah, I get it. Okay, now we are in live on YouTube. So guys, let me present myself. I am Nicole Souza. I am 17 years old. This is immersion. Like I lead immersions all Friday at 6 p.m. I'm from Sergipe. I've been learning English since 2020. I'm still a student. I don't have a fluent English, so probably I'm gonna commit many mistakes. And here is the right place to make mistakes, okay? So no one will judge you because of your English. We are here to learn with each other and share our visions, our points. Today we're gonna talk about inspiration, and yeah, that's it. So if you want so much to present yourself, don't be shy, be free, okay? Through that, I'm gonna put the questions in the chat, okay? So yeah.
I can go. Hey, guys. Hey, Diana. I think I don't know you yet. But my name is Elida. I am 22 years old. I live in Ceará, in a small city called Limoeiro do Norte. I work at a hospital at the moment, and I don't have kids. I have a dog. I always he is my kid because he needs some special care, because he's like deficient. So sometimes it's like a son, but I love him so much. One of my favorite hobbies is going to the beach. I love going to the beach. Elida and beach is like the perfect couple. And I don't know what I can talk more. I love reading. I love I don't know. I think that's it. I forgot everything. Nice to meet you, everyone. I think I just know everyone except Diane. So nice to meet you, Diane.
Actually, you already know me because I already joined one of your meetings,
Really? I think it's because
my camera is off.
just the name, but I think if I see your face, I remember.
Yeah, I will try to open my camera in a second.
Okay.
But let me introduce myself too. Well, my name is Daiane. I'm 23 years old. I live in São Paulo, capital. I study psychology. I am in the last year of college. I also work as an analyst in the human resources area. I work in a multinational company. That's why I've been joining Talk and Talk to practice my English because I need to use it in my daily routine. In my free time, I like to walk my dog. I like to read. I like to watch some series, to visit some new places here in São Paulo. I like to sleep and this kind of stuff. I think that's it. And I've been joining Talk and Talk for 5 months, I guess.
You're muted, Nick.
I was talking with my mom. Larissa, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello, girls. I'm Larissa. I'm 25 years old. I'm an architect. I work with landscaping. I live in Rio with my fiance. We are getting married in May. I've been here on Talk and Talk since last year. In my free time, I like to go to the beach, and that's it for now.
Right. So I think we can start our conversation. I don't know if you guys please check your chat. I put our questions there, okay? So the first question, as I said, today we're gonna talk about inspiration, about courage. So the first question is, what do you do to encourage yourself when going through hard times? Does it work? So what I usually do is, so I used to do something that I usually do is like put motivation things in the wall of my room. I think that works so much with me. Like every time when I am, for example, all day I wake up at 5 a.m. It's really early and I feel like really lazy. But I try when I see like the, oh, Larissa, you don't have the questions. I'm gonna put again, okay? So, oh, just let me finish here, okay? So one thing that I used to do is when I wake up and when I see the all phrase, all sentence, all motivation sentence, I feel more confident to start the day. Mainly if it's Monday, because Monday is the beginning of the week, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why? You know, that's something that I do. And what about you, Diane?
Well, in my case, I try to listen to music like every day when I'm like down, when I'm not feeling so motivated. I try to listen to a song that I like. I try to take some bath, it's something that makes me feel alive too during the morning. Um, and that's it in general. I think that these two things normally makes me feel better and more encouraged. But sometimes when I'm sad, I'm trying to just think uh, carefully about what I'm feeling. I try to write down. I try to share with someone. This helps me too. But in general, that's it. And what about you, Lari?
I'm as you, Diane. I like to listen my favorite songs and take a shower too. It helps a lot. And I don't know, sometimes it's difficult to thinking in the present, live in the present. So I try to plan in my future or see my past and see my, I don't know, see the things I have to now, I have in nowadays, and I don't know, that's it. And what about you, Elsa?
I try to think that this moment will pass. It's not forever. Every time has a time of duration, and it will not forever, this moment. And something that helps me is very simple but very nice for me. It's deep breath, having a deep breath, because I don't know, just close my eyes and I spend 5 minutes breathing, and sometimes it helps me. When I am home and I am feeling sad or bad, I usually go sleep. That's the way I solve many of my problems. Don't solve, but I deal with it. I like to go to sleep, because if I stay thinking in problem, I don't know, my mind will turn is so much worse, So I try to find a way to stop thinking about it. And the most of the times, this way is sleeping. And then when I wake up more calm. And then I can think better about this problem. And I don't know, sometimes I live in, like, my house is inside, it's like a farm. So it's like a sitio when we call it. And we have a lot of plants and trees, and like the nature vibes. And when I'm feeling bad, I like to go to the middle of the plants and stay there thinking, and just doing nothing to relax. that's it. If I am at a hospital, for example, at my job, I usually go to the bathroom and I stay there for a few minutes, breathing and trying to calm down, and that's it.
Yeah, sometimes I think like, for example, if you have like a heavy, it's something heavy in your heart, really that is really affecting you. And if you want so much, I don't know, like scream or cry, we need to cry. Like it's a good form, you know. It's a form to, how can I say, alleviate. I don't know what say that in English, but it's a form to alleviate our like our feelings or everything that we are thinking, you know. Or because if we don't do that, we can explode, you know. It's a form. So yeah. The second question, Lari, do you want to read the second question?
Yes. And who do you talk to for encouragement and inspiration? I always talk with my fiance because we've been dating for 10 years, almost 10 years now, and we live together, and he is my best friend and my big fan. So I talk with him. And what about you, Edison?
Sometimes I think depends of the reason, you know. Like if I am having some emotional or psychological problems, I usually don't talk with my mom because I don't know, I don't feel this connection, you know, to talk about feelings. And in these cases, I usually talk with my boyfriend too and some friends. But the most of the problems, like problems of life, you know, I talk to my mom and she helps me a lot. That's it.
What about you, Diane?
Well, in my case, I normally talk with my boyfriend because he studies psychology too, so he is very rational. You know, he can help me with my questions, like give me another point of view. So normally he helps me with that. When I used to be single, you know, I used to talk better with more with my friends, but nowadays I think that I'm just focusing the time and the talk with my boyfriend. So normally I just talk to him.
Right. I don't have a boyfriend, but I have a therapist. So I usually talk about like inspiration, encouragement, a little bit about actually about all my life. I I like to talk about it to my therapist, and he is awesome because sometimes I am facing like hard moments, and he usually try to advise me about, oh, you can do it like that to like improve your day, you know, things like that, you know. And I usually I don't like isn't so frequently talk about my problems about my feelings with my mom, but I'm trying to getting used to it because sometimes like talk with my mom, it's like someone of my family that is really next to me. She's always there supporting me in everything. So I am trying to be more, how can I say, let me see, like more free with her, you know, like more free to talk about these kind of matters to her. Yeah, and that's it. So Diane, do you want to read the next question? Sorry.
Yeah, sure. Number 3, what books offer encouragement and inspiration? What book you read that helped you face a hard moment? Mm, I can't remember one book that helped me with that, but I think that in general, I enjoy a lot Clarice Lispector's books. It's not a inspirational book, but it's something that I can identify a lot with what is written, so normally it helps me a lot to understand better my feelings, the things that I'm passing in my life, this kind of stuff. But it's not self encouragement book, or something like that. But it's something that helps me. So that's the only kind of books that I can think now. But if I remember another one, I can share with you. And what about you, Elida?
I can't remember either the names, names of the books. I like to read this kind of books. Of course, there's some authors. I don't know if it's correct, authors that I don't know how to explain that, but I like self-help. Anyways, like self-help books, but sometimes I feel like it's more oh my god, I don't know how to explain, but it's like not you're oh my god, sorry, I don't know, but I think you are understand, like I don't know, sorry. my brain froze, but let me think. I can't remember one book, the name. I like to read more books of romance and fiction, Sometimes I read like some self-help books, but I don't remember now. And sorry, I can't explain what I'm thinking,
Don't worry, okay?
Anyway.
Don't worry. So if you want to think about it, get your time, you can pass your turn to another person. For example,
Yes,
Larissa.
I
Larissa,
know. I know what I'm thinking, but I don't know how to explain this in English.
okay.
That's it.
Okay. No problem. I think everyone feels like that sometimes, Larissa, do you have any book
Yes.
in mind?
No, because I don't like this kind of book. But I always listen to podcasts about some topics in general, about the life, about our questions, so it helped me a lot.
Oh, podcast. I remember one. Let me show you. This one I like so much. Can you see it?
Yes.
It's from Carol Hashi. I don't know if you know her, but it's a great podcast to personal development and self-awareness, self-knowledge. I like it so much.
I already seen one of one of so many podcasts that she has. And it's really interesting. I like it. I like it at all. So for me, I have a book in mind, but isn't about like self-care. It's like The Little Prince. I think you guys know it, but if you guys don't know, like it's like a small book and talk about the Little Prince story here in the Earth, and one one habit that one habit that he usually got daily was seeing the sunset. And see the sunset for me, it's something that makes me feel like, how can I say, like the feel patient, feel something really, yeah, it's something that I really like to do because I read this book. And when I am really tired, when I am overwhelmed, I like to see the sunset. Mainly if the sunset is really beautiful. I like to see, like, I have a time of my day just to see the sunset. Makes me feel more, like, feel more comfortable. That's the name. So the next question is, how can you disencourage? Oh my God, that's name. It's really hard. Like, how can discouragement help us to grow? hard question. What do you think about it, Diane?
It's a hard question. I don't know. I think that we always can learn from every kind of situation because we will know how to avoid to pass that to pass through that situation again, you know. So in this case, I think that discouragement helps us in the same way, you know. I think that sometimes we need to stop and think why we are feeling like this to learn how to avoid feel like this in the future. But sometimes it's not just the feeling, you know. Sometimes something happened before the feeling. So sometimes a friend was rude with you, or your family said something that you didn't like, and because of that you are feeling like this, or because you are doing something like in your job or at university that you don't like, and you're feeling like this, you know. There's always a reason, so it's important to stop and think about it to avoid feeling that in the future, or even stop feeling that in the present. So I think that that's the only way, you know, to learn something from this, stopping to stop and think about the discouragement and try to find new ways to avoid that, and also to think why we are feeling like this. But that's it. And what do you think, Lari?
Yes, when I live it with my parents, sometimes it's so difficult because they have a different perspective about the life, different from me, and sometimes my choices were I don't know how to say questionados. I don't know, and I remember I feel very very sad because I think my parents need to encourage it, encourage encourage me, and they didn't do this in sometimes, but I think it's normal because it's another generation, and I think it's normal. And what about you, Edna?
I agree with all of you. I think as Diane said, every feeling, every situation has a reason, and we need to search for the beginning of the problem, you know, because I don't know, everything we feel has a raiz, you know, and sometimes we solve sometimes the problem is not the problem, you know. We are seeing something, we are feeling something, but the beginning of the feeling is because another thing that happened in another day anyway. And sometimes when we don't search this beginning of the problem, we just put a mask, you know, and a fake solution. And you know, I think that the problem will get so bigger and bigger and bigger. And I don't know, I think discouragement is is the reason of this. Sometimes it's to learn to teach us how to, you know, to question about the, I don't know how, but let me give an example. Last year I gave up of my college. I decided to change my course. I was studying biology, and I decided to move to biomedicine. And in my last semester of biology, I was feeling discouragement all the time, you know, about monography, about the subject, about everything. And I was some I remember someday I see it and I thought, oh my god, why am I feeling like this, you know? And I was feeling this all for a long time, but I was ignoring it, you know.
Mhm.
And I was almost exploding, and I decided, no, it's time to stop. I can't continue it. I can continue the course feeling like this because I don't have perspectives of the future studying this course. Anyway, and it was necessary for me having a long time of this bad feeling to realize that I have to make a decision, a decision that I was avoiding for so long time, and I don't know if you understand me, but anyway, that's it.
I got it.
Yes.
I think it's me. Just be
Oh,
like,
sorry.
yeah. So I really appreciate your determination because you could recognize what you were feeling and like thinking new ways to lead your life, you know. So discouragement, I think discouragement can lead us to two ways. Or you give up or you don't give up. Like, for example, last I'm gonna give my example. I'm gonna like last week not like last year I was studying to pass medicine in the university. Actually, I've been studying, but like last year when I got the results of the name, unfortunately, like I wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to because I studied a lot and I got bad grades, mainly like in matters, mainly in subject that has a heavy in the university. And unfortunately, that makes me feel really bad. It discouraged me a lot. But as I said, discouragement can lead you to give up of something that you really are focused on, or it can lead you to like give up or don't give up. So I decided don't give up. And when people try to discourage me, I try to, I don't know, create a wall. Yeah, really, literally, like create a wall around of this kind of thoughts, bad thoughts, this kind of negative things that people can brag us. And not only that, but also like try to build up walls and walls like around of negative thoughts that you can make to yourself, you know. I don't know if you guys got it that, but that's what I basically do today. And that's it. Like mainly if I have like negative thoughts, because negative thoughts are that most of the time just to discourage me. And I try to, hey, let's breathe. I'm gonna breathe right now. I'm gonna try again and be focused on that because I know that that thing that I want so much, I can get it. You know, it's a dream. You can get it. So yeah, that's what I basically do. The next question is, what are some saying? Yeah, what are some saying in your country that bring, yeah, that bring encouragement? What do you think about it, Elida? Elida, are you listening?
Yes, I was trying to understand the question. Um, what are some saying? Some saying is like a ditado.
Yes,
Oh,
something.
of course we have one, but I don't remember now.
You can say in Portuguese if you want, okay?
Yes, but I don't remember any saying. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Diane, do you have one?
I'm trying to remember one, but I can't too. But I know that we have it. Probably have some.
Lari, do you have anything in mind?
A friend said to me last week a quote. I will say in português. Você nunca está atrasado porque é seu. And I think a lot about this phrase because sometimes I feel very frustrated about my things, my life, you know, and this phrase, wow, blows my mind.
I remembered one. it's like I was saying português too. Motivação é o que te faz começar, e disciplina é o que te faz continuar. And turning to English, I would say this in the last question, but I forgot. It's like discouragement can teach us to have discipline too, you know, because sometimes we doesn't want to do something that's important for us, like study and anyway work, but we have to because we have the responsibility, and sometimes we have zero courage and motivation to go, but we have to have discipline. And anyway, I think that's it.
Yeah, I have one. That one was my therapist that stayed with me one day, and I really like it. That it's basically when everything sounds like when everything it look like against you. Anyway, em português, quando tudo parecer estar indo contra você, lembre-se que o avião decola contra o vento. I really like of this sentence because like mainly when I am facing problems, you know, when I am facing problems and everything is going too bad in my life, and I remember that like I cannot give up, because if I give up right now, the results will be nothing at all, you know? At all, you know, like when I was in a season with my therapist, he said, Nick, if you don't pass in the course at the course that you really want, and I say, oh, I have I have a second chance, you know, I have second plans. Yeah, that's the name, second plans. And he asked to me, and if you don't pass at the second course that you really want, and he say like, and I was like, I don't know what I can do in my life. And I was trying to think about it, but he said, okay, even if you think about it, even if you think it in many ways, this will lead you at nothing, you know. That's the result. So I try to persist each day of my life in remembering every time of this sentence: the aeroplane fly against to the wind, you know. That's what I basically do. Dai, did you remember of everything?
No.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
Mm.
So
You said that about giving up, and I remembered on Wednesday of this week, it was the worst day, in my worst day at my work. It has been, I have been working at the hospital since January of this year, so it's like 2 months. And Wednesday was my worst day, and I was having so much problems, and all that I want was go into the bathroom and cry a lot, you know, and go away. But I thought, if I leave this, you know, my, how can I say, meu posto, if I leave, the problems won't disappear, you know, they will grow, because there was a lot of people coming and I had to do my job. And I thought I have to stay here and I have to finish the atendimento of all these people. And if I leave, if I go to the bathroom, if I give up, the problem will grow, and I have to stay here. And I was like, oh my god, I was like, my all my body was like, I feel that my blood, eu senti como se tipo o sangue estivesse fervendo. But I stayed at the finish, and I didn't cry. And when I finished the the scale of the job, I was like, oh my God, I'm so proud of myself because I made it. I finished and eu não surtei. And that's it. It was a worst day, and when I arrived in my home, I went to the bed like more aliviada. And that's it. Just to share the experience.
Okay. No, what is important is that you didn't was in breakdown. You feel confident, you was there to face your problems, and everything is gonna be okay, okay? Everything's gonna be okay. So the next question is, what are some ways you feel, yeah, what are some ways you feel you can make a difference in this world? What do you think about it, Letty?
I don't know if I make a difference in this world, but I know if I disappear tomorrow, some people really miss me. But what are some ways? I don't know. I can't think right now. I will pass this question. Okay. What about you, Diane?
Well, I think that I try to be kind with people, I try to have some empathy. I think that I don't need to do that much. I think that when you like try to do your best in your daily routine with the simple things that you need to do, in the simple relations that you have, you are already making a difference in the world. So I try to do these simple things, I try to be kind, I try to help people when I have the opportunity. I try to have empathy, avoiding judging people when I don't know the whole situation. So I try to do this kind of stuff. But it's not that big thing. I would like to have more volunteering work, do some volunteering projects or something like that. But I don't have so many time, so I try to do the simple things. What about you, Elida?
You said exactly what I would say. I try. I know that I can't do something to make the whole world better. So I always think that I can make the world of the one person. Like, for example, I work with the public, at the hospital, and the people came there sick and needing help. So I try to do my best to be kind and to give the better attendment, I don't know, to this person because he needs it. The person needs it, and I know it's not a big thing, like the whole world will be better because of that, but the word of this person can, be better about. I don't know. I think you got me right, but trying to be nice with people and helping in the small things. I know if you do small things, uh, good things, small good things, I don't know the sequence, but if you do these things, little things every day, it's a step, and I don't know, that's it.
Got it. So something that I do to feel better and like that makes a difference in the world, I think. I participate of a group called Grow Up. Actually, I am a corner. Yeah, no, actually is in that is in the name. But I am a leader. I'm actually a leader of a group of that group, and like it's a group of girls. It's called Grow Up. Exactly, that focus on things about woman, things about mainly about power menstruation. That is something that I really like because I want so much to get the healthy area and talk about power menstruation, talk about uh about yeah, about sex education. Yeah, I really like this kind of matters because it's something about knowledge. It's more about knowledge, okay? Like people used to see this matter about like really just to like see this matter like in a way vision, in a weight vision. And I think that is really essential understand about this matter mainly in our society that is composed of like growing case of violence and abuse and these kind of things. So I am a leader of this group. I really like to do that, and I think that it can be make a difference in the world, and mainly to us teenagers. And something that I really used to do is encourage people, like mainly teenagers, to get into this kind of projects, not only projects like that, but I also like projects focus on education that I really participate on project focus on education. I believe that education can change the world, it can reduce many of problems in the world. Um, and yeah, that's what I basically do. I like a lot. Actually, I love it. And yeah, that's it. So, let me see the next question. Okay, just let me see here. Yeah, what song encouraged you most? Whose music encouraged you most? Diane?
I will need to be honest now. I've been listening a lot to reggaeton because I've been learning Spanish. And it's a kind of song, a music style, I don't know how to say that, that really makes me feel encouraged. I don't know why. I think that it's because it's very, energized. But every type of song that is related to reggaeton makes me feel very energetic. So in general, any kind of them. And nowadays I've been listening a lot to the new songs from Shakira. They are awesome too. So I feel very encouraged listening to them. So pop music in general too. That's it.
What about you, Larry?
Yeah, I feel you, Diane. And it's not a song about encouragement, but when I listen the music, not the music, it's an album, a full album, actually. I feel very, I don't know how can I say, animada and with a full of energy. It's the album called Numanais by Ludmilla, and I like to sing it loud, and I like to dance, so helped me a lot. And what about you, Wenda?
A specific song that every time I listen, I feel like inspirational, and encouragement is "The Night" by Avicii. Avicii, I don't know. It's a classic song, right? I think everyone heard this once, and I don't know. I like this song too much, and I don't remember others. I just remember that.
I like to listen this song when I am like in the trip. I really like. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, like it sounds like it's really thrilling, makes the trip more like you feel the vibe, you feel the energy. One song, I think I don't have one song because I really love Taylor Swift. So the songs like Shake It Off of Taylor Swift, that is basically like Shake It Off, Shake Wow. I love that song. I love her style. I love his music, mainly thriller music. I love pagode. I love Numanice either, Laddie. I really love Numanice, means demais. And I like to put this kind of music like when the at the weekend because I do the trace here in my house, mainly here in my room. My room is a mess, guys. At all. I need to organize everything. So probably tomorrow I'm gonna put a music and organize my room. and that makes me feel more encouraged. That makes me feel really better in every kind of ways. I forgot the problems. I forgot everything. Really, sometimes my mom is like calling me like I don't know 100 times, and I am just listening music like in a high way, So that's it. That's what I basically do. So, Dai, do you want to read the next question?
Yeah. Well, how can you fight discouraging thoughts about yourself? I think I already answered this one in the beginning of the meeting. But for me, it works a lot. Write down some issues that are passing. Also, I also like to talk about it, but mainly think about it. To I try to understand better what I'm feeling, why I'm feeling, what I can do to be better. To feel better about it. So it's the same for discouragement. I try to think what is make me feel like this. I try to write down what I'm feeling, this kind of stuff. But mainly think and talk about the feeling that I've been facing. I think that it helps a lot. And you, Lari?
Yeah, I like to thinking about my progress and see what I've uh, accomplished. I don't know, see where I am for now. So I think it's helped me, but sometimes I need to cry, and I think it's better to um, put out my feelings. I think it's really helpful. And you, Edison?
Um, so- sorry. Oh,
I
how
think
question number 8. How can you fight discouraging shortness? As I said at the beginning, I try to think that it's gonna pass. It's just a phase, nothing is forever. And as Diane said, I try to understand why I am feeling this, what's the real problem behind the feeling. And I don't know, I try not to avoid and stop thinking, like put a mask and no, I won't think, I just will think positive things. No, I don't do that because it don't work for me. I really live the moment and I try to understand, and I don't know, I think it's a normal process, and I, I don't know how to explain, but anyway, that's it.
something that I do is I don't try to avoid too, because like I don't know why people try to avoid, because you will need to like something that I do is don't try to avoid, or I don't try to, how can I say that, like transform in a positive way at all. I like to transform in a persistent way. Isn't so positive because it can sound really cringe sometimes, but like sometimes I like to don't transform, don't turn it in more hostiest than ever. I try to transform in the less horse than that. For example, let me give example. So I don't know, like um I don't know, oh my gosh. Let me see. Like my favorite bottle. I don't know. My favorite bottle is broken, and it's my favorite bottle, and I am really bad, and so but thinking transform that in a less way, and you to you don't feel really bad, that you can think, oh, but like I think we can, I don't know, consertar, you know. I think I can consertar. For example, it's a good form, you know, to think about it. And I usually try to do that with my thoughts or when people try to discourage me, you know. I try to, okay, shut up. I don't need your attention. I don't need your opinion sometimes. And I try to focus more on myself. And when I think that way, I try to transform and less horse than ever, you know. That's what I used to do. So the question I is when should people see a counselor? Okay, let me understand that question. When should people see a counselor or psychologic? Have you ever seen a therapist? How did you it help you? Larissa?
When I was 18 years, I have a specific problem in the school and I need to go to a therapist, to a psychologist, but it was really great for me at the time, but sometimes I remember I didn't like to go there because I don't know, I was a kid and I didn't see my progresso. I forgot this word, but now I can see it helped me a lot when I was a kid, and that's it. And you, Diane?
Well, in my case, I think that everybody should see a psychologist. I think that is very useful, even when you are not feeling nothing negative, you know, like depression or something like that. And because it helps you to have more self-knowledge and this kind of thing. And it's good to talk to, you know, to have someone that really can hear you like with attention. And I already have seen two psychologists, and it was very good for me to have someone to talk, you know, to help me understand better my feelings. In the moment that I've searched a psychologist, I was passing through some difficult moments, you know. I was passing through some hard issues in my personal life, and it was very good to have someone to talk about it, you know, someone that was not involved in the situation, that could help me to see the situation like in a rational way. So it was great. Nowadays I don't see a psychologist anymore, but I would like to see in the future, you know, like this year, but in the next months, because it's very good, as I said. And you, Elida?
Again, I can't copy your answer because I already seen a therapist. I spent 1 year doing therapy, and it helped me a lot to deal with my anxiety. I don't have crisis anymore since that I finished I recebi alta, like, you know, and it helped me a lot with anxiety and with self-knowledge, trying to grow up in my personal life. My relationship is better now because when you fix the most of problems, you know, in your mind, your relationships grow too. And I don't know, I want to start again this year because I think I need it because there are some another problems to solve now, but I am organizing myself like with money to start again, and that's it. And you, Nikki?
So we have just 1 minute, so I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna try to talk really quick. So yes, I have a therapist. I've been doing therapy since I think have three 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. It was the best things that I did actually that I've been doing because like has helped me so much in so many ways. It's like as Diane said, Diane is gone. Like so, oh, she came back. But like as Diane said, is someone who you don't know and is over there. It's there to help you in many ways, and he will not know about your life. Like he are not there like conviving with you each day. He are there to advise you in many ways, and it's something. Like something that I used to say to everybody is if you have a time, like go to the therapist. Like it's the best thing that you can do. Like my therapist is like a philosopher. When I say about my problems, he said to me like many phrases. He like to advise me, and I am like, whoa, he look like a philosopher. Why are you here? You really that you live here like in the contemporary way? I think you birthed at the I don't know medieval era medieval because he liked to philosopher at all, you know. So guys, our conversation, our immersion is almost ending. We have just one question that is, how can you make yourself believe more in yourself? So that question will be a reflexive sentence. So try to think about it today and like and that's it. Was a pleasure talk here with you guys. I am trying to send in chat a link that you guys can put like your feedback. Let me see here. Yes. Yeah, I'm putting here. It's on the chat. Okay. So you guys can see, you guys can give your feedback. Thanks for being here, talk with me and sharing your visions. Like this time was really good, not only for me, but I suppose it was really good for you guys too. So I hope see you guys again. That's it. So guys,
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
bye.
Bye.